QR codes can adorn anything. And the only thing stopping you from putting a QR code on that wall is nobody knows what happens if you scan it, right? If you scan a QR code on an exit sign, I'd like an escape route out because the smoke has filled the room down to here, and I can still see my phone, but I can't see the thing at the wall right here. So I want to scan the exit sign and get an escape route. That's why you would put a QR code on an exit sign. That would probably be called an exit queue. There are a billion new applications for this technology. And it's not just the QR code, it's barcodes, Microsoft tags, RFID, Shazam, augmented reality, JAG tags. There's a lot of technology out there that contains inanimate data that can be sucked in through your smartphone. So it's not the QR codes, it's the programming behind the QR codes that is the power. So what I'd like people to think about is, since I can launch an application anywhere, where do I want applications to be launched as opposed to driving everybody to my business or driving everybody to my registration table or driving everybody to wherever my computer is? Think of ways that you can use the smartphone to do those tasks in real time. What's the best code? There is no best code. Seriously, Kentucky. The SAEQ, right? The Society of Association Executives. What's the Q for you? I don't know what it is. I mean, I doubt it's those 5 I've laid out. But somewhere out there, there's an application with your smartphone for Societies of Association Executives that's like, oh my God, that is going to quadruple our membership. Oh my God, that is going to make our event so much more fun. Oh my God, that's going to attract the younger people in. So I don't know what it is. But you guys would know more than I would, because I get most of these ideas from my customers anyway. So start thinking about that. Start thinking about this technology. It's out there. You'll see it when you go out there in the marketplace and you start looking at it. You'll see them in magazines and newspapers. You'll just see them everywhere. And you really want to get in this game, because to not get in this game is to ignore the 50 and under crowd that's absolutely hungry for smartphone technology. And that's it. Does anybody have any questions?
Sure.
Go ahead.
Is there some sort of central database for all this? I mean, everybody can start generating their own. Isn't it entirely conceivable that at some point you have two that would be...
In theory, but if you look at this QR code, there's actually 32 squares from here to here, maybe 30, and 30 this way. And the reason is because the data that it's holding is a very small amount of data. It's going to have a very short URL, q3r.co, and then an 8-character code that is unique to this ZippyQ. But you can have QR codes that hold the Declaration of Independence, but it'll be 500 dots wide by 500 dots high. So it can hold a lot of information. It takes a lot longer to scan those. And not every phone will scan them when they get big and clunky. And you have to be at the right distance to do those. So in theory, probably it's not something that I would be worried about in the next 10 years, because just this size alone, we have like 40 trillion combinations. So I'm not worried about it, because if I sell even a fraction of 40 trillion of these, I'm done. I'm out of the technology game forever. You won't be able to get me on the phone. You won't even be able to email me.
Wow, we'll scam you.
I'm done. I'll move to Kentucky and I'll just fish for the rest of my life. Play with my kids. Yeah, so it's not a huge concern. It's a pretty sophisticated technology. It's very, very flexible, very, very expandable.
Have you heard of malicious QR codes? Is it possible to use them for nefarious purposes?
Absolutely. And with kids scanning left and right, you do all kinds of dangerous things. Concealed queues is a really good example. I don't even know if I want to be in that business, because what happens when people start putting their medical information in there? Somebody hacks the password, right? Now the guy is storing the information on my server. So absolutely, you got to be really careful. So you have to know what you're dealing with. You know, we've got secure servers, and we're doing our best to make sure. But I mean, this data. I mean, if we give you an application like a TrendyQ, and we give you the ability to just have a button on there that goes anywhere on the web. Well, you guys don't sign up the web. You know, it can be very dangerous. So, like any other thing that touches technology, if you're talking about from protecting your business or if your parents trying to protect your kids, you have to be very, very careful. It's the internet. The internet is a very dangerous place. So, a great question, and there is pause for concern.
We tried scanning and we came to a login. Is that correct?
Good question. Password is badge Q. Lowercase, all lowercase. So if your phone capital, it's your email address is the password, and badge Q is the thing. I'm not even with that. So anybody that scans a badge, the password, your login is whatever email address you gave at your registration, and the password is badge Q, lowercase B-A-D-G-E-Q.
And there are a few people in this room who are guests who do not have your own email address entered into the system, so it won't work for you, the handful of people that came as a guest on somebody.
And if you have a burning desire to get out of the system, come to me and I will wake up Ralph and we'll get you in there somehow.
Hey, John, it's working now. Just make sure. I don't know what you did.
And Bob heard the speech twice. I gave him the whole speech last night. All right, Bob. There he is. Any other questions? Good questions only. All right, let's do it.
Great presentation. Thank you.